Today, I want to further dive into a specific interventional modality that treats what we call axial or non-radiating lumbar low back pain. Undoubtedly, if you've seen me or been treated for this, you already understand this process, but this video is for those that are thinking about what I'm offering or are yet to see me but want to learn a little bit more about the options that may be afforded to them. This is Dr. Omar Viswanath. I'm a double board certified anesthesiologist and an interventional pain medicine physician practicing in Phoenix, Arizona at Mountain View Headache and Spine Institute. Again, for non-radiating, non-sciatica, middle of your back pain that kind of goes like this, left to right across the small of your back, and with pain with prolonged standing, prolonged sitting, or standing for long periods of time, then sitting, or going from a sitting to standing position, you will likely have what we call arthritis of the facet joints. The facet joints are these tiny pivoting structures of each lumbar vertebrae and cervical and thoracic vertebrae for that matter that support the vertebrae. But inside these tiny facet joints, we have a sensory nerve called the medial branch sensory nerve that is responsible for a pain signal that can get irritated when arthritis chooses to deposit at that facet joint. Facet arthritis, again, is diagnosed on physical exam for what we call positive facet loading. So this is somebody net neutral, then bending and arching their back this way, putting pressure on the facet joints. And if you have pain while arching back while standing, we call that positive facet loading. And secondarily, this can be diagnosed on a lumbar spine x-ray, CT scan, or MRI, where I will review and diagnose arthritis as well as confirmation with the read from the diagnostic neuroradiologist to show facet arthrosis. If you have that and you have non-radiating midline axial back pain, you would be a candidate for a 3-step process that does wonderful for providing long-lasting back pain relief. The first step in the 3-step process is called a test block or a medial branch nerve block number 1, where under live x-ray, I will go in. The most common levels tend to be lumbar 3, lumbar 4, and lumbar 5, which are the lowest 3 levels of your spine. And I will go in to the facet joints on the left side and the right side. So 3 and 3, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, make 6 locations. And I will put a local anesthetic that I use called bupivacaine, which is a longer acting version of lidocaine, which is a numbing medicine or a local anesthetic. And the goal here is to temporarily, keyword, temporarily, block those pain sensing sensory nerves inside those arthritic facet joints from firing. Now, that numbing medicine is going to last for 12 to 24 hours. So that's what I mean by a test block. So the rest of the day after I put that medicine in, that's in the facet joints, I want you to do the things that irritate your back. So if that's vacuuming the house, that is standing for prolonged periods, that is going to the gym, or that is running errands, I want you to do those things that irritate your back. By that night, you should have an answer. This is a test block where there is very little area for gray. It's either black or white. You either get significant relief or you don't get relief at all. But relief needs to be quantified. We want to quantify relief as a minimum of 80% relief. Now, I don't want to get too bogged down in the number percentage, but again, if we're turning off the pain signal that's been plaguing you for a long period of time, your brain and your body and your mind are going to know if the pain signal was turned off. So if you get relief from the first step, you've passed step 1. If you pass step 1, a week later, we're going to do a second confirmation nerve block. The confirmation nerve block is an opportunity then to do what I call the experiment within the experiment, where I'm going to target the same nerves, same levels, same sides, but this time I'm going to put a stronger medication in there, which is a combination of a numbing medicine, bupivacaine, and triamcinolone, or what we call Kenalog, which is a steroid. Now, in a perfect world, the second block is going to give you even better results than the first block. So when I see you for the follow-up for the second block, you're going to say, Dr. Viswanath, the second block was even better than the first block. And I'm going to say, well, that was the intended effect, and I'm glad we had it. Now, if you pass those first 2 steps, here's where it gets really, really easy. You never have to do those test blocks again. And now we're on to the third and final step. This is how we get long-lasting relief. The final step is what we call a radiofrequency ablation. This is where I use a machine with a probe that I drop in through the stylet of the needle into the joint, and I use the machine to transmit radio waves in the form of energy to cauterize, burn, ablate, or destroy any of those type of synonym adjectives to destroy the nerve ending. And that provides my patients with typically 8 to 12 months of significant sustained relief. Now, 8, 10, 12, 14 months down the road, your back pain will slowly start to come back. The reason for this is because those nerves that I ablated or burned away will slowly start to regenerate. Well, once those nerves return 1 year later, we would just repeat the third step, or the burning of the nerve again. So if this process works the way I intended to do, and if you are an appropriate candidate with the radiographic findings that I already alluded to earlier in this video, and we get you through this process, then this becomes a once-a-year thing that you need to do, and really nothing else. This tends to be one of the most gratifying procedures I do for my patients that provides phenomenal long-term improved functionality with reduced midline lumbar axial pain. I hope this has provided some education information on what the 3-step process is and what the radiofrequency ablation hopes to achieve for your chronic low back pain. Thank you for watching.